catch-22 here. I would love this. This is fantastic. You've got some extra magic damage now in this comp. You can switch us to the Pike.
Okay.
This composition could not be more all-in. Okay, hold on. Gold card here into Canyon.
Now Faker getting a bit baited. He gets knocked up into the air, and Faker's just going to say, nah, yeah, I'll just...
Like, Ezreal sits so far back, he can avoid you.
Nuguri taking a nice little trade here. He's going to pull Zeus in. He's got that passive ticking. Zeus in a little bit of trouble now as the Q comes in, and he... Oh, man, he predicts the flash, and he's just going to get a solo kill on the Zeus just like that as the flash comes in here from Kellen. He's going to get Bone Spirit in, though, and Duck Dom gets in front of the Q, but it does not matter, as that will still be enough damage to take down Kellen.
Playing aggressive, highest forward percentage in the LCK, and I mean, he just plays this so well. And what's so great about this, too, is Nuguri's never at any risk here. He knows how much damage he could do with this, and he went for Doran's Ring. And he's just going to sit in the minion wave. If he messes this up or Camille actually gets away, then he just clears the wave with the passive too. In no moment was he in danger of actually making an error here. At worst case scenario, he trades flashes, doesn't get the kill, but still puts Camille in a terrible wave state. So he wins on all fronts. Now this is just a hook that connects here as Owner comes down. Unfortunate. And as you said, the block there isn't good enough to see.
After going back as... Little trade here. We do have Owner in, and Showmaker will have to flash this one. Gold card not going to get it. Sears Carrier again. The flash coming in. They're really trying to get on top of Kellen here, who does not have his flash. Very well timed by them, but...
You know, T1, a Drake up here, but okay, we're going to see the Galio ult committed.
Yeah, but Nuguri is the Mordekaiser, pulls Zeus in, and Zeus has to flash while in the Death Realm. Showmaker just waiting for that one, but he gets pulled in a huge taunt onto two of them, and finally, Damwon do come up. Zeus in a lot of trouble, and now Damwon are the ones that are turning this one around. The damage not quite there for T1. As the pull comes in and Owner's going to go down, that is a double kill for Nuguri, who is now 3-0 on the Mordekaiser.
It's not like he's just sitting down there lazy. But this is why you play weak side Mordekaiser. He's ahead in this case.
He's calling for it before Zeus even hops in. He's like, yeah, please cover me. They're here, you know.
And this buys so much time, calls for Camille having no flash. And look at his shield bar here. That he spends this late in the fight, flashes, because he didn't have to use that at any point earlier on in the fight. He just ulted instead. It's just crazy. And he knows everybody has no ult, and like, the follow-up here is so clean from the Twisted Fate. Because the Twisted Fate is also global, I mean, it's...
Faker in some trouble now. He's got gold carded now as well after getting leashed, trying desperately to stop this Rift Herald from going down. Take a look. They didn't have much to begin with in the beginning of this game. Owner in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to kick Canyon away. They're considering going in now, but Owner's like, no. Yeah, I mean, can't really do that right now.
Nuguri's here. Showmaker has ult. You do not want, it's not on one of those Twisted Fate cards right now.
They definitely need some more time. You can see that this Rift Herald is going to come down. It's looking good to take this one down as another grasp is going to get Owner in. He has to flash, so there goes your playmaking. Okay, let's see how this one goes. Might force the Death Realm to come out once again. There it is. He's getting on top of Zeus now, and look at the damage that's coming out. Zeus with a really nice flash in the Death Realm, though. It's the damage. Zeus will win the trade, and Canyon gets baited into trying to go for the kill. And immediately, T1 finally gets something on their table.
Out to get are going to be massive. And it's a high-risk play from T1 as well, because, again, you're diving onto a Rift Maker Mordekaiser.
Mordekaiser, yeah. Watch the outplay here. This is so critical.
Yeah, the flash there is massive.
Yeah.
And then
dodges the grasp, barely survives, and Canyon tries to flash for it. And Zeus has red buff. There is the Destiny that does come in as threatening it here, but even the teleport committal, they're just considering pushing Showmaker away. They do exactly that. As the Death Realm does end, and now Nuguri's in a lot of trouble. Owner's able to set up the kick flash as now the rotation from Damwon looks a bit slow. Here comes Canyon, though, looking for that pillar. Can he line it up? Owner looks to be the sacrifice as everybody else is just on the run. And Owner, he's still alive, actually. He's not going to go down either. And the kiting here is huge from the side of T1.
Damwon are just not going to let this go without a fight regardless, though.
Owner did get his right now, though. The flash comes in, big taunt, a huge summoner ability, and they get Duck Dom 100-0, just like that. And now this is the T1 that we have seen all in the past. They are taking that confidence with the big turnaround in the mid-game.
Contest. T1 looked down and out. Then it looks like, okay, maybe they can come back. And after this play that leads to the Drake, it's like, okay, how did T1 lose this? You know, and this has been the story of T1 this season so far. Some shaky mid games, but the clutch, exact, correct mechanical plays in mid to late game. That's how they turned those games around against KT. That's how they turned that game around against Nongshim. And in the game that looked unwinnable after that topside control, T1 are able to escape here. Owner, he's got that burn on him. He is, of course, stunned and just barely is able to escape.
Yeah.
And then we'll watch this Drake fight, because this is where Kia just walks straight into this one. Flash forward here from Faker into the taunt.
Yeah, Duckdom he's leading the charge. He's Ezreal. He's like, well, you can't kill me. I've got Flash and I'm Ezreal. Anathema's chains.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can make anything happen here. Zeus is going to get tethered up. Might have to be left alone. He is going to use his stopwatch as well as they're looking to turn it around. Owner goes in. Not sure about that. Duckdom's over the wall, just raining hell on them. But now Gumayusi's got position. Good pillar, though, to block the escape as T1 looks like they went a bit deep, and now it's Dom1's turn to try to turn this game. As only 2 members of
win the game. You get an inhibitor, and then there's just no way they can contest you on Hex Drake, which spawns in like less than 2 minutes after this. So the decision to go back in here after their Duckdom and crew go in is based on the idea that they can kill the Ezreal. But Duckdom's just over the wall free hitting here. He's Ezreal. So if you get another 80 carry like that, you probably kill them, and Owner tries to lock the door.
He got kicked over the wall, too.
Yeah.
This is gifted by Owner, who's looking for the really sharp angle, too.
Yeah, it's rough, you know.
Faker is going for a bit of a windy walk, as now underneath everybody, that's going to be Gumayusi in some trouble, but it is Xayah after all, as the gold card comes in, and the damage is there to kill him anyway, as the Dragon will go the way of T1, though. They're going to pick up the soul, as Faker here nearly able to take down Showmaker as well, and with no Baron available for a minute, this is a big win for T1.
Big win for T1, 100%. Even though they quote-unquote lose the fight and Gumayusi dies, to actually collapse onto the Xayah here. Faker's on the backside of this fight, which allows Kia to then go on to Gumayusi, right? But look at where Owner, Zeus, Keria are. They're like, I don't care. You guys all on the 80 carry? We're getting Hex Tech Soul, bro. I'm out here just winning the game. Now the smite was so close as well. It's 97 there.
And Canyon and some of the crew were trying to get in there, but it was...
This is a bit of a scary spot to be in as T1.
Ooh, Canyon.
Okay, I thought there were more here. Never mind.
Totally caught by himself, and he is just dead. Yeah.
I actually thought the rest of Kia were collapsing.
He has some ridiculous vision score. I don't even know what it is at this point. As the kick comes in, I think that was a little bit messed up there by that ward. A very suspicious ward there. He is going to jump onto another one. Zeus is kind of frontlining as now. Here comes that engage we were looking for. He jumps onto Canyon. Not necessarily the best target, but it doesn't matter. The damage here from Dom1 is just so lacking at this point in time.
Everybody's just too tanky.
They can't get through it.
Nuggery's focused down here. He took so much damage before the rest of Kia could try to help him out.
And with the Baron now, yeah, they can just easily do this. This is what this comp does so well, and that's going to be Duckdom dead too. T1 are going to put an end to this game now with the Baron that they still have for 50 seconds left. T1, a huge comeback here, a couple of mistakes, and they really slam the door in Kia's face, as they will have some fun here. Boost up their KDA. But that is going to be game number 1, going the way of T1 here in this matchup.
I just don't think it could be overstated. The advantage that Nuggery had in the top side of the map, the stable bottom lane, and how poor things looked for Faker. He lost his flash, he was picked, it looked disastrous, and it was like, all right, well, T1, you got one Drake, you got a second one, but ooh, I don't know if you ever get 3 and 4 this game. But Faker's flash taunt on the Duckdom was the deciding moment in that game, and why he may pick up, actually, POG himself, because that moment where Duckdom is too far forward and Faker does not hesitate for a second and kills him, I think is really where things started to.
It is, in fact, Keria, and it is 100% kill contribution at 14 minutes, 4-0-2. The guy was just amazing.
봐줘야 돼. 할만해. 현도 안 볼게. 턴들. 높을. 예. 나이스. 타워. 끝났다. 왜 이렇게 와드를 잘하네. 너구리 형. 왜 이렇게 잘해?
가볼까?
일단 타워 깨고 킬 먹자. 카르마. 위에 거. 나 그래프 한번 볼게 이거. 근데 나 킬 돼. 잠깐만.
뭐야? 알았어.
이거 안 되지? 나이스. 야 요즘 와드 방어공.
Killing this Galio is going to be important. Now this is really cool because it allows you to kind of shape the map to your liking and avoid fights against T1 very easily, and then you can, of course, so that you can then follow up.
Oh!
Okay, I thought we might see this today, but I didn't think it was going to be Keria.
Oh! Come on, it was perfect.
It was actually so insanely good for this
It was
comp.
so good.
Yeah, I mean, you
and
build
you even have a
Rylai's.
Callista.
Yeah, you build Rylai's, you have
Relatively large wave, but it's not huge. Owner also does not have red buff. He skipped it to make this happen. The Q sails wide, but the slow will come in. Nuggery is still hanging around, just chipping away here, but looks like the damage should be enough. Owner is taking a lot, though, and the Q finally comes in.
LCK teams don't like him because he doesn't team fight as well.
Okay, this is very aggressive, but it should be enough. Showmaker not even going to flash.
Okay, T1 are in such a good spot.
On a Doran's ring, still taking very aggressive trades. Here's Kellen, extremely caught out. That's not the magical journey you were looking for. Easy kill. Guma just going to scoop that one up. The amount of setup, especially the Callista. Oh, Faker's actually going to have to hop out of here. Definitely a very strange, heroic exit as now Showmaker's in behind them. The Tempered Fate comes in, and the Justice Punch is going to hit Showmaker. The immediate grab comes in, and Duckdom is dead again with Flash. Not sure what it is about Ezreal's in this week dying with their Flash up, but now that might just be even more. Canyon is being run down here. It's looking likely they hand it over to Guma, and this is going to be Kellen as well, as T1 are now just rolling them here in this game.
Second in a row here, because things are just looking real bad. Now, it all starts off with Faker actually getting he ends up getting punched. He punches himself in, then has to ult.
Yes.
And then he comes over here, and Showmaker decides to ult follow here behind, and Duckdom's on the edge. So like, oh, we could pick Faker.
Watch Duckers.
Punch connects, and then he just gets caught here by
he just got carried. You hate when that happens.
It's just... You're also trying to force this play so hard as Damwon Kia, and you're so far behind, you have no vision, really.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, he's almost dead, let me ult for this, we're going to play for this. Like, the shot calling is clean, and we're going to
play against T1 kind of leaning back in our chairs because we don't want to fight. This time, certainly taking the fight to T1, but that's maybe not a good idea either, as Nuggery has landed all of these needles as Zeus is going to do a fantastic job dodging a lot, and actually Owner will be safe for a while, but now here comes Showmaker going to pick up Zeus as Faker is not going to kill Nuggery. Actually tries to escape, and that will not work out either.
Turn jumps over the Tempered Fate and gets onto the back line, and that can happen. In this case, it's all allowed to happen because Nuggery is immune, first of all. Then the needlework comes through, and he jumps over here. Really nice defensive ult from Zeus. Tempered Fate is locked in. Zeus like, do I come back in or not? And it's just too late. Showmaker gets on top of him.
Both teams were setting up for the fight. Damwon just played it better this time around here, but again, Showmaker extremely deep to try to pick that off, and now that's the Destiny down. It is going to group up Damwon and deny the flank as a big depth charge does come in as Duckdom is just out of the fight. It's a big True Shot barrage as the damage now coming out here from Damwon, but it's not quite enough. They're going to take down Gwen as well. T1 now 5v3, a lot of low health bars, but it's not quite there for Damwon, and T1 take another big fight. Here we go, another big play on the top side. They're trying to lock down Faker, but a lot of T1 are here. Another teleport going to be used as they try to isolate Keria again, but he is quick on the play. And look at this!
Man.
Duckdom is alone again. Huge Tempered Fate at least is going to come in, and Duckdom does survive. Actually is able to turn it around as Faker, the only one there on the front side. Guma was not here.
He's been quite clean, and obviously the magical journey missed there too, but taunted, stunned, and then he has his flash, and as the Tempered Fate comes down. And by that point, T1 have half their foot in the, or half of their, like one side of the body in the pool, the other side's online for Guma.
Okay, here we go. Play as Showmaker goes all the way in. No cleanse here for Guma. There's nowhere for him to go as he is going to be taken down. And the Tempered Fate here again, but actually Stopwatch is what's going to save Duckdom's life. He finally does go down, but the heavy lifting again is Nuggery. The needles come through, and he pushes them into that huge front line of T1.
So ends up being a trade here, but a much better trade for the side of Damwon Kia, and it's going to allow them to stop T1 from getting that Cloud Soul. So preemptive setup play. Now, T1 look like they may contest Owner. Does have Smite available. All right, there's still, I mean, they have a lot of damage. It's Callista early, but there's not a whole lot of damage on this team otherwise, and that's True Shot.
But yeah, the damage isn't quite there, it feels like, for T1, and there's not really a way for them to get out of here as the Paranoia comes down. Couria's down, but he's trying to sacrifice. They get the Baron, and T1 are just trying to get out of here. The back promoter will not happen, but he can just hop the wall. Faker and Caria will be the ones that sacrifice for it, as we do have Destiny.
Alan wants to chase here. He has Tempered Fate.
Ooh. Actually, I mean, they're playing with Fire Showmakers, and
that comes with it. So I think we're going to go way back to this play. So Damwon know in a 5v5 fight right now, straight up, they probably can't win it easily unless they get a pick. So this is the moment where they actually pull the trigger and look for the one champion you can kill with this Nocturne ult and the combined power that you get where you just snowball in, you get the gold card, etc. They actually pull it off. So this leads to their attempt to take off the Drake. But what happens next is T1 are grouped, and they want to try to deny us, right? So they're already grouped up. And then because they're grouped, when Damwon Kia like, ooh, he took some extra damage, so let's back off. T1 does this so much where they're like, oh yeah, you guys escaped, haha, like you guys got away, but we're just gonna go straight to Baron, you won't expect it. And Damwon realized this because they have a ward, but they did all back, they did all set up, so they have just enough damage with this Callista comp to take the Baron. And yes, it's at the cost of Faker and Caria's lives here. They have a lot of vision, Damwon do not. Like, they don't have vision here, they don't have vision in their own jungle, so they can't punish.
Oh.
Okay, this is greedy.
Where's the Faker? Oh, there he is, as Nuggery, he is in a lot of trouble. 2v1, he should be able to trade onto Faker, though the Zhonya's will be used. He's bought some time, but it's only time that he's
blind. And Nuggery is trying to be greedy because he's like, well, we can't defend our end, or I have to trade for something, but he can't. Okay, Tempered Fate's out.
Oh, they're trying to get Gume here once again. He does have Cleanse this time, but he's just going to survive, actually. The damage's not quite there. Nuggery was not here. The flash comes in from Showmaker. They will take down the Callista, as now the chase is on. It's not a very easy chase, though. Duckdom might be able to pick up Zeus here, as he is going to hookshot over the wall and flash to get away from this one. Duckdom, again, still on the chase. The Zhonyas that Duckdom has picked up.
No, I did not have that. We haven't talked about that yet. We saw his stopwatch earlier. We didn't discuss it, but it's very strong, obviously, in this case, and very common to build as well, obviously, for an Ezreal into the Galio Camille Compass. Yeah, we don't really need to watch this again, but he gets punished. But again, this is very difficult for Damwon Kia to do anything about because there's no vision on their side of the jungle to stop those rotations in or try to slow and force a 4v3 fight on their side. Tempered Fate here is really good, and it's really difficult to kill the Callista with this collapse with the Nocturne, but they pull it off this time. Really nice flash forward as well. Or they follow.
We got a fight right now. There's a huge taunt. Faker gets 4 of them, but the Tempered Fate is huge again as the heroic entrance does come in, provides that tankiness, but Callista is down. Might not matter, though. The damage here from Duckdom, he's still pumping it out. Owner and Zeus can't quite get deep enough. They're trying to take down Ducky, and they will be able to eventually, as Kellen also on the run. No more magical journeys for him, as T1 will trade up by just 1 kill,
and that's
they
a Cloud
should be
Soul.
able to get the Cloud Soul.
The Tempered Fate is good, but the carry in this team needs, yeah, this would look very different.
Look at this taunt again.
It's massive, and Faker knows they don't see him.
It's 5.
They know he is completely unseen. He knows that he's completely unseen because there's a control ward there. Then he ults back on top of his team to give them an additional amount of shielding. And Duckdom, yeah, he can do a lot of damage, but he's an Ezreal here. There's just too much. There's too much tankiness, too much engage. I mean, it's a Camille and a Lee Sin on top of you.
Yeah.
You can't last forever.
They're like healing. Yeah. 1v2 versus an Ezreal.
So, I mean, this is the 5-man. He has control ward. He's on the other side, so there's just no way they could see him. They walked right into it. This is the second flash taunt play in this best of 3 from Faker that's game defining.
Yeah.
And you have to fight for this, though.
Tempered Fate. Destiny coming on over. They're buying sometime the Paranoia as well, but there's the smite, and there is the engage from Caria again, and Nuggery He can't even survive to throw out any needles. He can't do any damage because he just gets 100 to 0 as the turn. Extremely clean here from the side of T1 as now Owner is getting into that back line. Zeus is going to absolutely nuke Duckdom. He does not exist anymore. And that might just be the game at the end of this one. With the Baron, T1 should push to end.
T1 in control of this game from start to finish. One small error on top side, but beyond that, they just played a clean game of League of Legends. Canyon looks to be the last to fall here. Even if this escapes, who cares? Bye-bye.
And Camille gets it.
Stolen.
Yep. Either way, a very clean 2-0 from T1. Absolutely a lot to see here, though. Both of these games were very entertaining.
And T1 will eclipse their own org's record. The record set by SK Telecom T1 in 2015 of 23 wins in a row in regular season and playoff games together. Across multiple seasons, this team has remained dominant. Yes, they lost a 5th game at MSI, had to come home, hold their heads high, and start a summer season. Rocky first week, but the 3rd game they played against Live Soundbox, the drafting was clean. In a 4th game,
truly a special team, and we'll just have to wait and see and enjoy all of their games going forward. But Snowmaker's also played so much TF, and I wonder, at what point does he give it away and, make his team play a different style, or how long will they stay attached to it?
It's a really good question. I mean, we haven't seen this Azir, which is incredible because he's a very strong mid laner, and that's the meta pick that everyone has picked up. Faker has played it. Obviously, the best player on Azir so far we've seen has been Chovy, but you have to be able to adapt and play those meta picks, and this is just the comms, of course, here for T1, where Faker said it's done, it's over.
Yeah, they're pretty much just like go, like, because we kind of went in right as Keria engaged, and wasn't too much else to say, right? It's a pile-on comp. You attack the targets that are in front of you.
I mentioned this earlier, and I want to clarify. I want to make sure people understand what I mean fully. Yes, Galio was played by Xiaohu, but the way T1 played around Vision, especially with Keria's Pike in Game 1, where they go to objectives that are game-winning for them, the Souls, the Barons, and force Damwon to walk into a comp that's incredibly powerful at controlling choke points and piling on, as you said.
The back-breaking moment, but actually, it's just Faker picking up POG.
Well, we're going to see it anyway. So.
Yeah, so this is how we actually get to that highlight that we had lined up later. And we were having this discussion earlier on. We're like, who's going to get the POG? And I'm like, you may as well vote for Faker because everybody else will.